Yo, and welcome back to another Honest Take. Guys, we're doing it. This is your trigger warning. Trigger warning. We got Tom MacDonald and Ben Shapiro. And I know I picked a bad time to do this with all the stuff that's going on in the Middle East right now, but dang it, this is overdue and I missed it. I am actually super familiar with both of these people. I try to listen to as much independent news as I can, just because I don't really believe in the mainstream narrative. I don't necessarily agree with anything these people say. Again, trigger warning. This is a political video. If you can't handle it or you don't even want to be involved in it, just go away. Go away. Listen to the short. Don't listen to the deep dive, because I'm going to keep the political stuff out of the short. But this video is going to be like 25, 30 minutes long. We're going to comb through all the stuff that kind of raises interest, and we'll talk about that. I'm going to try to avoid any kind of superheated stuff, just because I don't want to get flagged by the algorithm. Because even listening to this song, the algorithm and Google are going to be like, he's a insert horrible word. You know how it goes. But as always, guys, we're going to dive into this. We are listening to and we are reacting to Facts by Tom MacDonald, featuring the violinist, apparently, Ben Shapiro. I'm not the biggest fan of either of these people, so I'm going to try to be as objective as I can, if you can even be objective in the 21st century. Let's dive into this and let's get offended together. Offended, please. I hate that word so much. Let's get busy. What's that from? Is that from The Incredibles? Guys, like, share, and subscribe. Let's get into this.
They call me offensive, controversial. It's only two genders, boys and girls. They can't cancel my message because I'm the biggest independent rapper in the whole freaking world. Claim that I'm racist, yeah, alright. I'm not ashamed because I'm white. If every Caucasian's a bigot, I guess every Muslim's a terrorist. Every liberal is right. I don't want to talk to folks who don't get it. Go woke, go broke, no hope, it's pathetic. Pro-choice, pronouns, pro-love, you're progressive. But you ain't pro-gun, no one to protect it. Where the American flags at? Remember when people would hang those? They've been taken down, they all been replaced with BLM flags or a rainbow. This ain't rap, this ain't money, cars and clothes. We ain't selling drugs, we ain't gonna over.
Okay, first off, my main concern with stuff like this, I know this is a response to the, I got to be really careful with my word choice here. I know this is a response to the behavior of a faction in the left. And I'm worried that the right is just going to become what they're criticizing the left for. It's tribalism at its core, and it's just concerning. Like, yeah, we might have 5 to 12 years of a healthy-ish America once like things balance out, but eventually, if it's like this right now, it'll go like this, everyone will be happy, and then it'll get out of sync again, and then the left will be the one balancing out the right, and right now it's the right trying to balance out the left. And I guess that's why America, it's like portrayed as like scales, because it's never really balanced all the time. It's just a matter of surviving the swings. Anyway, let's just keep going with this.
But those, we ain't pushing guns, ain't promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes. I don't care if I offend you. I was put here to upset you. You've been crying,
Ben Shapiro. Being super awkward as he always is. He looks so uncomfortable.
you scream, you can riot in the streets, you defunded the police. Now there's no one to protect you. I hope I offend you. I ask myself, what would Ben do? Let's just keep it real, facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns, I'm the man who don't respect.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap.
Okay, that line was that was pretty good. My lyrics like Lizzo, they be fat. Is that what he said? Oh my gosh, dude. Oh shit. Just coming out the gates, Ben. Calm down.
Dog, it's a yarmulke, homie, no cap. Look at the graphs, look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison, I'm on television. Dog, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens. And I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nikki takes a...
I make raps off Dude, fuck. Ben, come on.
all woke Karens. And I make racks tax off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nikki, take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's get a billboard #1.
This ain't rap, this ain't money, cars and clothes. We ain't selling drugs, we ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns, ain't promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes. I don't care if I offend you. I was put here to upset you. You can cry and you can scream, you can riot in the streets. You defunded the police, now there's no one to protect you. I hope I offend you. I ask myself what would Ben do. Let's just keep it real, facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns, I'm the man who don't respect you. You mad, you mad, you mad. I guess it's cool to be the victim, well, I'ma be the man. You sad, you sad, you sad. You just try to get attention, being triggered's all you have. You mad, you mad, you mad. You blame everybody else for every problem that you can. You sad, you sad, you sad. I will never say I'm sorry, I ain't taking nothing back. I don't care if I offend you. I was put here to upset you. You can cry.
But okay, my biggest beef with this song is that the message of the song is exactly what got the left in the place that it is now, is that the destination outweighs the way they get there. You know, I've been put on this earth to offend you. I don't care if I've upset you. You know, isn't that exactly what the left does? They just push through policy that basically makes everyone's life miserable except a small subset of the planet. And isn't that what he's kind of preaching right now? Like I get it. I think culture needs to calm down. I think people have gotten to the point where they're almost out of their minds on the left and the right. I think we need to focus on what unites us opposed to our differences. People need to just stop talking about the differences. It's ridiculous. It's out of control. And it's making everybody crazy. It's making everybody crazy. Every time the world starts to get a little bit calm, someone just pours gasoline on the fire again. And, you know, I think the right's going to get in trouble if they keep running with this message, because eventually everyone's just going to balance out. And then it's like, if your branding is counterculture, won't you just create counterculture? You know what I mean? Like, when the enemy has been slain, it's just kind of like, now what? Do you become the enemy? That's kind of what happens, right? It's like whoever kills isn't the right word, but when the metaphorical enemy has been slain, don't you just take its replace, and then the counterculture becomes what was the counterculture? You know what I mean? If conservatism is the counterculture right now, once conservatism takes over the mainstream narrative, won't the counterculture then become liberalism again? Anyway, let's get back into this, if that rambling made any sense.
You can scream, you can riot in the streets. You defunded the police, now there's no one to protect you. I hope I offend you. I ask myself what would Ben do. Let's just keep it real, facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns, I'm the man who don't respect you.
Guys, that was a lot less offensive than I thought it was going to be. I feel like he's kind of mellowing out. Compared to his early stuff, he was unhinged back in the day. But I feel like he's beating a dead horse at this point. Ben's rap was actually pretty killer. He had some really good bars right there. Let's listen to that one more time. Bars, like I know what I'm talking about. Here we go. Let's listen to it one more time.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a whack. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing.
Dog, it's a yarmulke. No cap. That was pretty good. Nice.
money on strippers and cars. You go into prison, I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens. And I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nikki, take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's get a Billboard #1.
This ain't rap, this ain't.
Did they get a Billboard #1? I'm pretty sure they did. It was top 5 at least. But guys, I'm not going to beat a dead horse with this one. If you're not familiar with the messaging of Tom MacDonald and Ben Shapiro by now, you've been living under a rock, dude. I mean, most of what they talk about is common knowledge at this point. Again, it goes back to the same fear I have, is just the right replacing the left and vice versa. And we just keep doing the same thing over and over and over. We got to remember that we're Americans first and not subsects of politics first. I mean, I know I'm going to get a lot of heat in the comment section for this, but we got to look at each other as humans first and not political ideologies, man. Like, I don't understand people who just sign up to certain ways of thinking because, you know, it's what they feel in their hearts they should do. Like, I'm an environmentalist, or I'm an NRA guy, or I'm a rights activist for the letter people. I'm trying to say all this stuff without getting flagged for keywords. What else? What other ideologies are there? Or I'm for this group, or I'm for that group, or I'm for this race, or I'm for that race. It's just like, we are all human beings having a human experience. Why not be united by things like this? I'm poor, you're rich, or, you know, I'm sad, or I'm happy, or I struggle with depression. You know, we need to focus on the things that are universal to each other, because the rich can be sad, the poor can be happy. I would argue that poor people are more happy a lot of the time, as long as they're not bogged down in the mire of the rat race, or they're trying to chase something they don't even in their hearts really want, you know, unless they're programmed to through social media. It's like, I heard something the other day that really kind of blew me away. It's that the Amish, you know, they're some of the happiest people around. And it's just like, is that because they're not programmed to be sad? You know what I mean? Is our baseline, like, if we didn't live in the society or the structure we did, this like post-capitalistic society where money is the end-all be-all, you know, if you had two people and you put them in the forest and they had a baby and they didn't know anything about culture or like who they're supposed to be, would they grow up like relatively content with life? I mean, they would still, of course, be sad and depressed and scared and be fearful of certain things, but would it be at the level where they're always walking around with a baseline of anxiety like 21st century human beings do? Because, like, in my own life, I'll give you some anecdotal evidence. Right now, I'm the most successful I've ever been. I'm financially stable. I've accomplished most of what I've wanted to accomplish, and I still walk around with this base level of anxiety. And I'm not looking for like a pity party here, or like, you know, feel bad for me, but it's just kind of like when I walk into a grocery store or any kind of public setting, it's just, I feel this, you know what I'm talking about? This angst, like my skin gets tight almost. You know, you go to sleep with your mind racing. Man, there's something to be said for people who can just close their eyes and fall asleep. I mean, what amount of money is worth losing that ability? And I know I'm kind of going on an aside here, down a rabbit hole that doesn't have anything to do with the song, but man, we gotta stop fighting each other, man. I know there's a certain independent news source I listen to, and I'm not going to say his name because the algorithm gets all mad at you, but he said we need to stop focusing on the physicality of what divides us, and we need to focus on the parameters of financial class. Meaning, like, where do we overlap? Where does the poor overlap with the middle class and how we get screwed? And how does the middle class overlap with the rich and how we get screwed? And I think that's a far better approach to kind of navigate politics. You know, it's like we need to stop focusing on the physicality of things that will benefit or put us at a disadvantage. And we need to focus on why we all feel like we're struggling. Why do we all have this underlying sense of anxiety? In my job, I've talked to people worth $500 million. I've talked to billionaires, and they still live with a sense of anxiety of trying to protect what's theirs. You know what I mean? It's just like, and I've spoken to very poor people, and I've spoken to middle-class people, and it's just like everyone is feeling this sense of like weight on their shoulders, no matter how far they get ahead. And I think we need to focus on that. What is causing that? Because at the end of the day, the majority of the time, most of us are feeling anxious and sad. And I don't think that's how it should be. I don't think we should eradicate those emotions because I think they're super important. But why do we feel it all the time? Attacking the side, like the quote unquote sides, just even that mentality of sides it's insanity to me. We're all on the same side. Gosh, just yelling at each other doesn't do anything for us, man. We need to start going after the people who are making us feel like we have sides. That's the problem. And I think and I think a good place to start is financial commonalities. You know what I mean? Like, I have no problem getting taxed, but like, why are my taxes not benefiting the people who need my taxes the most? You know, and I'm sure the super rich and the super wealthy would, you know, quote unquote, put in their fair share if they felt it was beneficial somehow. I've ranted about this in other videos, but like, what is the point of taking all of our money if it's not being used for anything good? You know, at that point, it's just theft. Anyway, I've rambled enough about this. If I'm not canceled at the end of this video, tune back in, and there's going to be more videos coming up. As always, guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you like me, I love you. And if you don't, you can fuck off. Peace.